spectators from In-Spire-Life, New Ideas for a New World. This is Petra Popp, and today we talk about a very important subject, which could be the breakthrough for humanity for a new world. Concretely, we talk about free energy or vacuum energy. There are many new names. Together with Professor Claus Turtur here in Germany, on his university in Wolfenbuettel. Professor Turtur was so nice to allow me to give more explanations about this free energy, how it works, and that it is possible to soon create energy from this device that he is creating. So thank you for your time, and please let's start right away. What is free energy? How can you describe this? Where do you take it from?
Oh, well, free energy is just energy which is for free. But in my special case, it's vacuum energy, or in English language you normally say zero-point energy. This is energy from the zero-point oscillation of the quantum vacuum. So if you burn fuel in your car, you change the fuel into carbon dioxide and something else. And if you burn zero-point energy, you change the space of the universe into energy.
Where does it come from exactly?
Oh, well, the universe is full of space, so the origin of this energy is the same as the origin of the whole universe. You can say that there is God or whatever. You can believe to the Big Bang Theory. From this time on, we have this energy.
So actually what we understand now with science is that in the vacuum you find not only the emptiness but a lot of energy. It's full of energy, and now we have the means to take this energy out of this vacuum and use it to our means. Is that correct?
Yes, this is absolutely correct. As we know from cosmology, the universe is about 4 or 5% visible matter. Like things as this microphone, or like stars and black holes and everything together, what we see is about 4 or 5% of the universe. And the rest of the universe, the other 95 or 96%. This is invisible free energy. And one small part of this invisible free energy is the zero-point energy, which we can use with an engine.
You talk about this engine. I would love to see how this works. Now, it's not a big machine, right? It's a demonstration machine to demonstrate just the principle of it.
Well, this is only a fundamental scientific proof. There is a metal disc on top, which can be brought to a voltage of about 10 or 20,000 volts. And this creates an electrostatic field which attracts the metallic sheets on bottom. I sometimes compare this with an experiment we all know from childhood, when we take a plastic ruler and rub it with a part of leather, and then we take little pieces of paper from the table, and it's about the same. This is the ruler on top, which is a metal disc here, and it attracts the pieces of, well, it's not paper, it's aluminum, but yes, it attracts them, and if I charge up the disc, it's doing just this. And now we can take a pencil or something like that.
It works.
Sorry, no more?
Yes, please, no, go ahead.
And then we can show that there is no connection between the metallic disc and the rotor. So there is not a closed electrical circuit. There is no electrical current. The computation of electrical power is voltage multiplied with current. And if current is 0, there is no electrical power.
So only in this small device, how much would be the output of energy in percentage to the input?
I put this one into the vacuum chamber.
Yes.
to avoid that the gas ions from the air remove energy which disturbs the measurement. And then we have 3 nanowatt of input and 150 nanowatt of output. So this is a bit more than 5,000% of COP. COP is coefficient of performance. So this means we put 100% of energy inside and we have 5,000% of energy out.
Convincing. Now, Professor Turtur, you also have very interesting plans. You said, well, I haven't invented it. I put pieces of different knowledge that has already existed together, and then I create what I think is important. You also have plans about a bigger motor that could furnish energy for a whole household even more further on.
Well, this is electrostatic engine, and the electrostatic field has a rather small energy density of about 40 joule per cubic meter, because if I want to have more, then I will have voltage breakthrough, and this is of course counterproductive. So I have to choose the system to a magnetic engine, and the magnetic field has some millions of joule per cubic meter, and this is much enough that we can drive a motor, let's say 2 by 2 meters in size and 1 meter of height, to have 20 kilowatts. And there are already plans of construction which I developed for such magnetic zero-point energy motor.
And it's all published on your website. Actually, you are, with your generosity right now, you publish all the formulas and say it's possible. Everybody can look in it and see himself or herself if this is working, right?
Yes, I published everything, not only on my internet page. There is an Austrian friend, Martin Scheibelhofer, who published on www.energiederzukunft.com, and there are also some other persons who published this for me, because for me it's important that it's not only on my page, so that it will never disappear.
Yes. Now, if I asked you what are the steps right now from today on that we should do so that this device, this free energy can circulate freely for humanity? First of all, what would be maybe the benefits for humanity if we put this device into action? Let's just dream. What would this be like? I mean, it's so big, it's so immense. So what would be the consequences?
Oh, it's not really a dream, it's reality. It's an energy source which does not make any pollution to environment. This is absolutely clean, 100% friendly to health, no problems for plants, for animals, for people. And it's for free. The energy itself does not take any money. The only money you have to pay is to buy the motor, which is about the same price as an electromotor. And it's inexhaustible, because the source is as large as the universe itself, so you will never pump the complete universe empty. And it's for free everywhere. Everybody on Earth has connection to the universe, because everybody has sky over his head, so there is no restriction. You can just take and make it.
It's very interesting. So you don't need a source somewhere far away, like a nuclear site or something like that. You can do this in your household. Everybody can, for example, build a motor in their household.
Yes.
And derive from the space around this motor the necessary energy for their households.
Yes, of course. This is exactly the point. From the universe, we have these zero-point waves coming all time, and they are passing by on the engine. So the zero-point waves are coming and passing by, and you can let them pass by without doing anything, or you can take energy from them. So then they will pass the engine, and after passing the engine they will have a little bit less energy than before. So what you alter is the universe itself, but there is no visible stuff on Earth on which you take any action.
Understand. So is it, could this be a difficult change for humanity? How do you see it concretely? What will happen? I'm sure some people won't like this so much, that are dealing with fossil energies right now and so on. That's for sure. Then it needs probably a big shift in paradigm in many people to pass on to this very free state inside as well, to accept it.
Well, there are two problems. One is that those who earn a lot of money with conventional energy, they will of course not like energy giving for free. They will prefer that we give our money and buy energy for a high price. This is the one problem, and the other one is a philosophical problem. Especially physicists are trained during their education that energy is not for free, and well,
Not only them. Huh?
yeah, and it resembles a little bit to the situation of the Vikings in 985, when Erik the Red had to leave the Viking mother country, which is Denmark today, and he had to go to Greenland. And they built houses, and they had animals, and had fields with fruit, and a lifestyle as we do have it in Southern Europe now. But after some time, the climate was changing, and the temperature decreased by 4 degrees of Celsius. So the fruit on the fields could not grow, and everything was frozen. So at least they were starving, and they died because of hunger. And they were dogmatically so narrow, they had simply to die. If they would not be so narrow in their dogmatism, they could have looked to their neighbors, the Inuit, and see how do our neighbors live. And then they would see, well, they do not have problems. We can live here. Just look how it can go. But the dogmatism was so narrow they couldn't watch their neighbors. And this is exactly the problem that physicists have today. A colleague from the faculty of psychology gave me this example, but I think it was very descriptive.
It's also described as cognitive dissonance, actually. It's having two belief systems that are very strong side by side are very difficult for some people to, and they decide, they choose to ignore the other one. And I feel also like the Vikings right now in front of this crisis and saying, okay, we have this problem coming up, and what do we do with this crisis? Do we take it as a next step for evolution, or do we decide to stay in the old state and die? Now here is this proposition. So what do we do with it concretely? What do we need that this beautiful, beautiful energy comes into action? We have demonstration, it works. We have certificates. I think you were talking about how many certificates that you have from different neutral places that certify that this energy is working and that it exists?
Well, there are several proofs on the world. There is in the United States, there is an engine with a certificate from underwriters laboratories and with a certificate from German TÜV. In Australia, there is an engine with a certificate from the Société Générale de Surveillance, which is the largest certifier on the world. So even the famous Massachusetts Institute of Technology published about small light-emitting diodes with a COP of more than 200%. So the proof is already done.
Works. It works. So, perfect. How do we make it now? From now on, if we said, okay, today we put up our sleeves, what can we do?
What can we do? Well, let's bring together a little team of, we need an electrical engineer, we need a mechanical engineer, we need 2 or 3 physicists, We need somebody who can machine and mill the parts which are necessary. So let's have a little team of about 10 or 12 people, and that's it. Then we can take about 3 or 4 years and the necessary laboratory of equipment, of course, and to build the engine. And as soon as it's working, it's no problem to rebuild thousands of them. Only the very first prototype is expensive, of course, because the research and development costs is necessary. But then we can have the engines for the price of normal electromotors.
Which would be about?
Let's say when we have an engine of 20 kilowatts, working maybe 30 years, 3,000 or 4,000 euros for the device. And then it will provide a little village in Africa or a house in Germany or in Europe for 20 or 30 years for energy without any service. Just put in the vacuum energy, which is doing by alone, and take out the electricity.
Okay. Why didn't anybody have this idea before, to get this team together and to really invest money and do it?
The energy was, the idea was there. When I told you from the American engine with the TÜV certification, they had this idea, they did it. The Australian inventors with a LUTEC device, with a SGS certification, they did it. But if you put the words PACE-Wiki suppression into Google, you find PACE-Wiki, this is Pure Energy Systems Wiki. And suppression, well, it's clear. Then you can read how patents are disappearing, how investigators are disappearing. So they had this idea, they built it, they brought it out, and then they disappeared.
This is one obstacle. The suppression of these energies emerging and that have been somehow disappeared. I heard of people getting together, scientists like you, or inventors grouping up and then saying, okay, we just connect, and then we put up security systems in our laboratories, and we do real business plan. What do you think of crowdfunding for this adventure, for this beautiful idea?
Well, if it works, it's fine. So it's free energy for everybody. I always say free energy for all people. So if all people can pay the research and development, it will be for free for everybody. There is no restriction. Just build some 100 and spread them all over the world, and everybody can build its own. So if crowdfunding pays the system, just make the explanation how to build it, put it into internet, and every craftsman shall have the opportunity to build it.
What stops us still? I think this is a very beautiful idea also. I like crowdfunding a lot because it's not being done from a bank, from a big company. It's being done from the people because they decide, they choose an idea that really corresponds to what they desire and what they want. And then it's them financing it and them pushing it through. And it goes so well with free energy. The free energy models, the free energy motors and so on. To me it seems to be very coherent. So then you need a team here in Europe?
Yes, of course, in Europe. Well, I'm not going to bring my family to a foreign continent because it would be cultural shock for children. So I think it should be in Europe. Well, when you say crowdfunding, I'm working about, let's say, 80 hours per week. So I do not have a possibility to add some more hours to drive crowdfunding. So this is... I really don't know how to.
So what we are looking for is even a person that would do the presentation for crowdfunding, and then send it out. We'll send it out just like that. But is Are there, in the technical development of this device, are there any obstacles that you can foresee already from here on? What could be, to pass into a high performance motor, what could be the technical obstacles that you can see?
Now, at first we have to realize the extremely fast rotation, because the magnets have to move with a relativistic speed. So we have to bring the magnets to a speed of 1 or 2 per mil, 0.1% or 0.2% of the speed of light. This is the most challenging problem. But there is a next step which we should be which we should handle very careful. As soon as the device begins to convert zero-point energy, the stream of zero-point energy into the engine will be so strong and never-ending that we have to reduce the angular speed of the rotor, so that the engine will not be broken just by running too fast. And this is also a very serious problem. I remember that I have a friend in Luxembourg who tried to build Bedini engines, and they got so much energy that the magnets flew away and passed his doors and windows and flew into the garden. So it was really dangerous. So it's necessary to do the development in a secure way, not to provoke any accidents. I told you from Klaus Jebens, his papa visited Nikola Tesla, and Klaus Jebens has an inventing company in Hamburg, and he collected together a team of about 4 or 5 or 6 engineers and physicists, and they tried to replicate Tesla's patents, and one of his engineers was hurt by this too much energy running away the engine so much that he needed to go to hospital. So this is not a problem when you drive the machines from series production. This is only a problem for the scientific work. For the series production, it's no risk, because you already have the knowledge.
And do you think this could be resolved fairly quickly?
This could be resolved, I guess, within 3, 4, 5 years.
This is very beautiful. So now, if we have some questions, I think we can refer to your internet site. You have put many videos on it. It's very, very informative. You have put some formulas in it, the construction of this little motor to see how it works.
I have the construction of this little motor together with the complete theory, and I have the construction of the strong magnetic motor together with the complete theory. This is about 300 pages in English language, and again the same translated 300 pages into German language. So everybody can read the full articles.
Abundance goes so well with what you're working for. And also there are some videos about the different conferences you gave. Thank you very much. And there is also, I want to talk about the breakthrough energy movement that is happening right now in America. They talk about the same things they are developing from their side. And I heard in China it's also going on right now. So we don't have much information, but apparently they are very interested in this technology as well, right?
I guess if we will sleep in Europe, this will not be a very large problem, because in 5 or 10 years we will buy it for a lot of money to get it from China. Breakthrough energy movement is very good, and they invited me, but unfortunately I have to give my beginners lectures all day here in Wolfenbuettel, so I could not travel now. So I could not accept the invitation.
Yeah, I think they do a good work, but you are wonderful here. Thank you so much for this wonderful information, for your work, for the person you are. I can see behind his eyes, it's just marvelous. Thank you so much. And he's a great family man as well, so this talks for him. Thank you very, very much. And Well, we keep informed, please, we keep in touch, and if you don't mind, I'll come back in 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, and we talk again.
Well, if somebody will give me the possibilities, the resources to build a strong prototype, we will hear very often about the success.
It's free, and internet, that's what I like about it so much. It's so free, so we send it out. Please contact us if you have any ideas how this can move on, please. And thank you very much for your demonstration.
Thank you very much for the interview. And first of all, thank you very much for helping to bring the information to people. The problem is that mainstream press and mainstream radio, mainstream television does not report about this technique. And so it's necessary that everybody tells friends and friends and friends that people will know that energy is for free.
That's what I'm here for.